When I find a color I love, I cherish it. My eyes light up like a Christmas tree when I see a burnt orange, a rich burgundy, and a sparkly copper. Those are my colors. Those colors are what reinstill my love for my melanin. The colors that make my eyes pop, that make my skin shine and my cheekbones sparkle. This video is an ode to the colors that make me feel good and my melanin look good. This is a color story. Right, I'm here. I have my multiple beverages. What is this? This is what the blush looks like. You know what I love about buying chapstick is buying a million chapsticks but not knowing where any of them are. I think if I were to be sponsored by anyone, it would definitely be Trader Joe's. No, actually that's not what I'm gonna do. That's a vibe. But Trader Joe's doesn't sponsor anyone. Not that I know of. They do. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kennedy and this channel is called In This Together. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a chatty get ready with me. In my first two videos, all the feedback I got was so positive, but something my friends kept saying was, I love the first two videos, but you're not really talking in either one of them. And I was like, I know. Trying to work up the courage to talk to the camera. For some reason, it felt like such a weird experience doing this, but I mean, it's my channel, so I want you guys to get a taste of my personality and the things that I'm interested in. So this is my very first chatty video. I hope you guys like it. As I mentioned in the intro of the video, this is a color story. I'm hoping to start this sort of series on my channel where I choose a color scheme or a color palette and I do my makeup based on that. The first color story I'm gonna do is inspired by this ColourPop palette that I got a really long time ago. I think the colors are absolutely beautiful, and as an African American woman, I actually find it really difficult to find colors that I think complement my skin tone. With brands these days like Kosas and Glossier, it is a little bit easier because they're a little bit more socially conscious brands, but previous to those companies opening maybe about 5 years ago when I was really starting to get interested in beauty and doing my makeup, I really felt kind of excluded. So when I find a color that I love, I really cherish it and I like to use it all over my face. If I find a lipstick product that I love, it's going on my eyes, it's going on my cheeks, and it's going on my lips. So I'm gonna show you a couple of my favorite colors and as well as two of my favorite palettes, and let's hop right into it. So I've already washed my face and I prepped with this cream. Guys, I still can't pronounce the name of this. I'm just not gonna try. So this is what I put on my face this morning, and I obviously washed my face with Milky Jelly Cleanser from Glossier. The first thing I'm gonna do when I do my makeup, I kind of start from the top down. So I'm gonna start with my brows, and I'm gonna use Boy Brow in Black from Glossier. This is definitely on its last leg, but we're gonna go with it. So the spoolie looks like this. I think the beauty of this product is how small the spoolie is because it kind of lets you get in there and get a little bit more detailed. So when I do my brows, I kind of do them in two sections. This is the first section that I see, and then this is the second. So I brush up this section just like this. I brush up the whole thing actually, and then I kind of just put the end section down a little bit. I think the fuller the brow, the better. I think full eyebrows are so beautiful. They frame your face really, really beautifully. When I first started filling in my eyebrows, I almost couldn't recognize myself when I put black on just because I so wasn't used to my eyebrows being so dark. So I started actually with brown, and brown is a good in-between color I felt, and it looked really natural. So I started with that, and then when I became more comfortable, I graduated to using black. So this is something I highly recommend. The next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do some concealer. I use this one from Glossier. It's in the shade G3. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques concealer brush and I'm gonna use it just a little bit, just like that. And I'm gonna focus it for my under eyes and on my chin. That when you get breakouts on your chin, it's from hormones. And so when I'm on my period, I tend to get a little bit of zits, a couple breakouts here, and I pick them, so I have scars. So we're just gonna cover those up. It's very minimal coverage, but something that I love is just the finish that it gives your skin. It kind of leaves it with a beautiful, dewy, healthy look. and I definitely don't like powder. I just don't like the idea of it. I think the less stuff that I put on my face, the better, because I'm a little paranoid about clogging my pores. So I don't like powder, just purely because of breakouts, and also just because I like the dewy finish. And then I'm gonna take this is the Wowder brush from Glossier. It comes with the powder, but I use it for my concealer. I blend it into my skin. The concealer is really, really creamy, so you can actually use your fingers to put it on, but I've been using a brush lately just because I kind of like the way it looks. And then I use this brush to put it all over my face. I also recommend, if you wanted a little bit more coverage, the Skin Tint, which is sort of like a tinted moisturizer almost. That can give you a little bit more coverage if you use it with the concealer. But I just like to, I normally alternate between using one or the other. Okay, next thing, let's do eyeshadow. This is a product called Cloud Paint, and this is actually marketed to use for your cheeks. It's a liquid blush. I told you I love finding a color and using it everywhere, so I'm actually gonna put it as the base color for my eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it on the back of my hand, just like that, and I think that's gonna be enough for both eyes. And I'm just gonna dab it onto my skin just like this. A lot of the times people like to rub the color into their skin, but I find that dabbing it actually helps the color sit on top of the skin, because when you rub it, the color kind of just disappears. So I recommend dabbing it just like that. When you match your eyeshadow to complement your blush, it just looks really, really beautiful. I think it makes me look more awake, a little bit brighter, a little bit like I slept for a full 8 hours. So this is something that I love doing. It's very, very subtle, but I think it goes a long way. Next thing we're gonna do is curl our eyelashes with my Charlotte Tilbury eyelash curler. I've never owned another eyelash curler. I was excited about this one because it was rose gold, to be completely honest. So I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes really quickly. Curling your eyelashes is really scary. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I did this yesterday and I pinched my skin so badly that it left a mark for the whole day, but you know, beauty is pain. Okay, perfect. Eyelashes are curled. Then we're going to go in with Lash Slick Glossier mascara. This is a tubing mascara, which means when you pull it out of the tube, if you hear that little sound, it means basically what's happening in the tube. If this is the wand, the tube is kind of going like this and taking off all of the excess material, so that when you take it out of the tube, you don't have a lot of product left on the applicator, so it's not going to clump your lashes. I love this mascara because no matter how many times you put it on your eyelashes, it's nearly impossible to clump your lashes. And then I focus it on the outsides of my eyes to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. There we go. So, there we are. Okay, let's keep it going. I am going to continue with my eyeshadow. I'm going to use the ColourPop palette. Here, I use this color most often, and I'm actually going to put it on top of the cloud paint that we just did. Here we go. I love doing my makeup. I definitely don't wear that much makeup. I don't wear makeup every single day, but I love the ritual of it. I love being able to wake up and have a routine, and I find that honestly doing your makeup is an act of self-care. I am a university student. I go to the University of Southern California, so I definitely don't wear makeup every single day. Sometimes it's a miracle if I roll out of bed and, you know, brush my teeth and put shoes on, but on the days where I wake up and I make it a point to do my makeup and put on an outfit, I feel 20 times better. So I'm glad that I get to sort of share this practice of self-love, self-indulgence with you guys. I grew up as a dancer, actually, so I always thought that makeup was used on stage. We never wore makeup in the dance studio, so I always thought makeup was this huge extravagant thing, and stage makeup with false eyelashes and a lot of concealer, a lot of foundation, so I never really felt the need to do it for my everyday life. And then when I sort of found out about Glossier, actually, is when I realized, oh, makeup can be actually really, really subtle, and it can be as easy as throwing on, you know, a tinted lip balm and some blush, but I didn't know that previously. Especially at a time where so many things are out of our control and everything is up in the air, I think it's really good to sort of reevaluate the things that you're interested in, which is honestly part of the reason why I started this channel. I'd wanted to do it for so long, and I don't even know if I made excuses for myself. I just kind of didn't do it. And realizing now that we're in quarantine, realizing that, you know, life isn't just about going to work and going to school and getting good grades. It's about using your creative outlets, whichever ones that you want, to really express yourself. And I finally found a way to take what's in my head, what's been in my head for so long, and put it into something tangible. Like, that's just such a beautiful process, and it was so much fun filming them, and it was even more fun getting feedback about them and people saying, oh, I love when you said this and really resonated with that. That's just so beautiful to me. Okay. Blush. We are going back to our Cloud Paint in Storm, and we're gonna actually put them on our cheeks, which they were actually meant for. So I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand again, just a little bit like that. I see a lot of people use Cloud Paint and they squeeze it really hard and a bunch of it comes out. You definitely don't need to. I always take the smallest amount. This really isn't that much. And I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger, and I'm gonna start at the apple of my cheek. So if I smile, this is the apple of my cheek, and I'm gonna work it up as if I'm drawing a C with my fingers. And I'm gonna use the same dabbing technique. So start right there, and then go up, just like that. But if you blend it upwards, it looks a little bit more natural, a little bit more like a flush of color rather than just like a really highly pigmented color sitting on your cheeks. So just like that. And I love blush. I will put on blush every single day. I'll put on a lot of blush. I just think it's one of those things that makes a huge difference in my face when I actually put it on. So this is what the blush looks like. It's very subtle. Another color that I really like out of the Glossier Cloud Paints is Haze. It's a really pretty like deep purple berry color. Okay, so Cloud Paint is on. Let's move to lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick that I've ever owned. It was $8 from Sephora, and it's part of their lip stories in the shade Malt Shake. And this is just, first of all, the color payoff is insane. The color that I chose is absolutely beautiful, and it's really creamy. So I'll just swatch it for you on the back of my hand, just like that. That is so beautiful. I love the color, and it's super creamy. I normally apply it straight from the tube, but since I put it on my hand, let's just use this. I'm just gonna dab it on my lips. Especially having a darker skin tone, I feel like when I buy a lipstick, I'm sort of prepared to really work it on my lips in order to get a color payoff. But the fact that I can just dab this on my lips and you can see the color is pretty magnificent. There you go. Just like that. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more on because I want you guys to see. And because I love this color so much, I most definitely use this on my cheeks and my eyes, actually. That is so pretty. I think the color is so sophisticated. It looks beautiful. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is use this Oh Hi beauty palette from Urban Outfitters. I'm gonna use this color up here, and I'm gonna use it as my highlight. So it's really creamy as well. I'm just gonna work my finger in it just like that, and I'm gonna put it, it's very similar to my blush, just right above my blush, and work it upwards. And because this color is brown, and obviously my skin tone is brown, I'm gonna put a lot on just so it can really make my skin pop. I think this is such a beautiful palette. The colors are really complementary. And I also, you guessed it, I'm gonna put it on my eyes for an extra glow. Just like that. Perfect. All right, let's see how we're looking. I think the process of empowered consumers in beauty is really important. I think previously the beauty industry has sort of had, in terms of marketing, has sort of had a derogatory tone when addressing their consumers. I think it previously existed to say, oh, well, if you don't have this lipstick, you know, you don't look good. If you don't wear it this way, you don't look good. As opposed to now, a huge shift with brands like Noto Botanics and Glossier and Kosas. It's sort of this more empowered consumer feeling, like having the brand recognize that their consumers maybe don't need this lipstick or don't need this concealer, but if you want a little bit to enhance your natural beauty, come to our brand. Like, we are an inclusive brand and we're trying our best to extend our shades and make everyone feel included. And you know, the beauty industry is not perfect. It's far from perfect, but I really do appreciate the shift that I've seen in the last couple of years to make it a more inclusive space. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Give this video a big thumbs up. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.